So what if you lose too much weight on the carnivore diet? I know most of you think that it is a great problem to have, but for some of us it isn't. Let's talk about it. I am Sylvia, I'm a carnivore diet coach. Welcome back to my channel. If you're going to stay on the carnivore diet for long enough, you are guaranteed to lose weight. If you do carnivore diet with ketosis, you are guaranteed to lose weight long term. Better yet, if you do paleo-ketogenic diet with a severe restrictions of how much meat you are eating per day, you are losing so much weight to the point that sometimes it becomes a problem. Myself, I had to lose about 60 pounds 3 times in my life. Once because I was overweight, and 2 other times that was my postpartum weight. And in every of these cases I was quite successful to get my weight where I needed it relatively easily. Of course I struggled with the last 10 pounds, but that's a topic for another story. But there was a point where I did a paleo-ketogenic diet and it was going so well. Ketosis was consistently above 2, sometimes 3, and 3 months went on and I dropped my weight down to 126 pounds, which I didn't weight this little even in my early 20s, maybe when I was a teenager, and I'm on the tall side, I'm 5'8". So what happened to me, I lost so much weight, my appetite got almost non-existent, and I started noticing changes to my hormones and to my menstrual cycle. Basically, I stopped ovulating and my periods stopped coming until I got out of ketosis and introduced some carbohydrates. And then within 3 days, my ovulation returned and then my cycle resumed. So yes, you can lose too much weight on the carnivore diet and it will affect a number of things in your metabolism. And I think it is fair to say that if you're a woman, you will be affected by it a lot more than men. Men typically will lose undesired amount of muscle when they go on the paleo-ketogenic diet. And if they want to work out and build muscle back in the gym, then they will have to increase the amount of proteins that they consume. So if you went on the carnivore diet to reverse chronic disease and you are already at the normal weight, you will lose some more weight, especially if you are doing paleo-ketogenic diet. So there are some trade-offs that you will have to make. So perhaps if you are losing a lot of weight while being on PKD, you just have to get yourself to the point where your gut permeability normalizes and all your, let's say, autoimmune symptoms reverse, and then start adding back more meat. And then that will inevitably change the ratios between fat to proteins. But even the people that develop the paleo-ketogenic diet will tell you that there is a maintenance phase of the paleo-ketogenic diet. So even if you're really ideological about paleo-ketogenic diet, there is a exit strategy there as well. So don't worry, you don't break your carnivore diet commitment if you start adding more proteins and even some fruits and starchy vegetables. When I work with my client and I notice that the weight is already on the lower end of what's normal and the weight loss continue as we progress with the carnivore diet, it depends how bad it gets. If it really affects the client's menstrual cycle or the muscle loss is really severe, as in case of many men, then sometimes we'll take a pause, introduce more meat, maybe get out of ketosis, gain some weight back, and then if the autoimmune system still persists, then we'll get back to strict PKD. But generally what happens is by the time the weight gets dangerously low, we are at the comfort that the symptoms of autoimmunity or other undesired chronic disease aspects are gone, so we have the luxury of add some more meat and even get out of ketosis. Another example where weight loss can be fast and furious is hydrogen SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, where one of the unpleasant symptoms is never-ending diarrhea, and then at that point most of the time a person is already low on their weight, and then they go on the carnivore diet and the diarrhea continues and the weight loss continues. I've had a client that was 8 months on the carnivore diet trying to treat SIBO with hydrogen bacteria overgrowth, she lost so much weight that it was a major effort for her to just get around her house. So at that point, we stopped the carnivore diet. I recommended some fruit and some starchy vegetables, and that normalized her bowels. She was able to gain the weight that she needed, and then we tried the carnivore diet again. I do have another client that it took 5 attempts at carnivore diet before SIBO got reversed and the bowel movement normalized. So sometimes it is appropriate to stop the carnivore diet, gain the weight back that you need, and then get back to the carnivore diet to address the underlying condition that you are looking to reverse with the carnivore diet. And the last and the least concerning aspect of weight loss is the transition symptoms that manifest as diarrhea. So when you start your carnivore diet, there is a decent amount of people that will experience diarrhea for the first 6 weeks when their body is getting used to this new way of eating. And you will lose a lot of nutrients, you will lose a lot of water and muscle because a lot of food will just go right through you. But the good news is that that's usually temporary, up to 6 weeks on average, and it resolves by itself, and then you'll go on being carnivore without any problems. And if you lost that weight during this transition process, it usually comes back and all is well. I hope this has been helpful for those of you that are on the carnivore diet and losing way too much weight. I think you should be pragmatic about it. If you get to the point that you lost too much weight, that it affects your daily functioning or your menstrual cycle gets totally out of whack, then I think it is a reasonable thing to do to introduce some fruit, introduce some starch, normalize your weight, and then give carnivore diet another shot. Sometimes just getting out of ketosis and increasing of proteins that you are eating while staying still carnivore will take care of this issue. Let me know in the comments below how you manage a sudden weight loss, and if you haven't yet subscribed, hit that notification bell. The links to my coaching site is in the description box, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!